Studio check.
Frequencies check.
We are live on air.
You are listening to the In Fact blessing the airwaves. Take the journey into the world of sports, news, entertainment, while embracing the hottest beats on the planet. Rocking the mind, body, and with energy, electricity, and a splash of controversy. Now, without further ado, it's our pleasure to bring to you
The biggest show in the world.
The biggest show in the world.
the biggest show in the world, the SBTV Nation.
SBTV Nation, it's the dream in the house. I'm here with my boy, the Mad Hatter. Today is Thursday, and in case you don't know, the person that you want to be today, Tony Romo.
Tony Romo. Talk to me about your boy, Dream.
As Tony Romo today looks to be released by the Dallas Cowboys, he will enter his name as the most sought-after free agent quarterback on the market. Say what you want. Say what you will. Romo is going to get big money from some NFL team that's desperate and probably have a small bit of success as long as he stays healthy. I highly advise the Denver Broncos, the Arizona Cardinals, and even the Kansas City Chiefs to get involved.
Well, you know what? Alex Smith got a lot of money in Kansas City, so I don't know if that's going to happen. If I had to guess, Dream, there's probably a really nice vacated spot as far as the New York Jets are concerned. Maybe they pick him up.
See, my thing with Romo is, Romo to me is that he can't quarterback in that market.
Okay.
The weather's not right for him. You know, and even Denver's a stretch. To me, Arizona's perfect, but I don't know that Carson Palmer wants to step down. But certain quarterbacks just need favorable weather conditions, you know, for what they do. Romo's already proved that he doesn't have a lot of durability and a lot of endurance. I mean, he played in Dallas inside a dome.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's going to be tough getting him outside anywhere for the most part. But New York just doesn't have enough. Offensive line is not great. There's not enough weapons for him to use offensively. Brandon Marshall's gone.
Yeah, right.
Giants.
Revis is gone too.
Yeah, Revis. Okay, I'll fall back with that one. Anyway, there's just not enough for him to be successful, as far as I'm concerned, in New York.
Yeah, got it. And you know what? There's other cold weather situations too, where you have like a team like Buffalo, for instance. I know Tyrod Taylor. I'm not a big fan of him either, but who knows? I mean, it's going to be, you know, like you said, he's going to be sought after for sure.
I mean, to me, Tony Romo, I think a home run. The Denver Broncos are a home run. You know, outside of Arizona. Arizona would be, to me, the perfect spot, and then the Denver Broncos would be a home run. You're talking about a Denver Bronco team, you know, a lot of weapons offensively.
Yeah.
You've got wide receivers in place. They do need to go grab a running back. I think there's a guy by the name of Adrian Peterson available too. But you do need to grab a running back.
Yep.
But I think that they could even go without a running back, to be honest with you. If you add Romo to that offense, I think you definitely step your game. That team's built with their defense. They're built to win right now. So I think Romo will be a great spot for the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, and you know what? You talk about the weather. Realistically, yeah, you get 8 home games, but you get 8 on the road. And if you're playing in cold weather climates, it's, you know, unless you got home field advantage in the playoffs, you're going to be dealing with the cold weather regardless of where you're playing. So, and you know, sometimes that's a disadvantage for a desert team like Arizona when they go into those cold environments, you know, come December, January, you know?
Sure. I don't know what Aiden Zizzer is doing with Carson. I think Carson Palmer wants to stay, so I don't think he's going to leave, and I think they're going to commit to him as well. So I don't think they're letting him go. But to me, that right there is the perfect spot for Romo. But that being said, you know, Denver's climate. You know, when we think Denver, we think about the snow and the high altitude. But Denver only gets really, brittly cold towards the end of the season. So it's not like he's dealing with it. Denver, it can snow today, and tomorrow it's like 60 out. That's the other thing about Denver. So, Colorado might not be an extremely bad spot for him. The Broncos are built. Romo is not going to be a quarterback to build around. He needs to go to a team that's already developed. So he cannot go to a Cleveland or somewhere like that because you can forget it. By the time that team's ready to roll, he'll be in a hospital bed.
Very good point, Dream. Good morning to everybody. SB TV Nation, stand up. Happy March Madness to you. Happy March Madness, Dream.
Yeah, before we head into March Madness, because, football's my love, even though I'm doing way better than basketball and hockey. But before we dip out and get into the basketball real quick, a couple other things going on in the NFL. All right, so you guys are aware, Brandon Marshall, the former Jet, is now a Giant. So they give Odell Beckham some help. The Giants do drop Victor Cruz, which tried out for the Patriots, just so you know. So Brandon Marshall's gone from the Jets over to the Giants. Deshaun Jackson, who's also a free agent, apparently right now is in the process of working out a deal with the Tampa Bay Bucks. I'm not really excited about that.
No, not at all.
I'm not really excited about that. I mean, don't get me wrong. Jackson, not a bad player. Jackson's a good player. You know where Jackson needs to go where he'd be awesome?
Where do you think?
Jackson needs to go to New England Patriots. He'd be incredible with New England Patriots because
who wouldn't be incredible with the Patriots?
Say that again?
Who wouldn't be incredible with the Patriots?
Well, I know, but you know that he needs that back to basics, disciplinarian, that thing that the Patriots do to all their players that come in with a little bit of a chip on your shoulder and edgy. He needs that type of discipline to put the finishing touches on his career and make his career end on a very high note. Because his career so far has been kind of up and down. A guy that's had a lot of speed, a speedy receiver, but I don't think he's ever really reached the level of wide receiver accolades that he should get.
Got it.
Okay?
Well, you know what? Hey, listen, I am juiced up for football, as you know. We got a little bit of time before that.
We got mad time, but it's just good to see some of this, some of the rocking and rolling going on behind the scenes right now in the NFL. It's interesting to me where some of these people will land. And like I said, I'm not the biggest Tampa Bay. I don't know really how you want to add. I don't want Deshaun Jackson on that Tampa Bay team. You guys, Tampa Bay, you think that's a plus? I'm telling you, I don't know if that's a great idea because famous Jameis and them. I feel like there's some discipline issues maybe with Tampa Bay. I don't know. I just get that feeling like it's ran a little bit loosey-goosey. There's not a lot of, what's the word I want to use? I can't think of the word I want to use, but it's just, I don't think that's the right atmosphere for Deshaun Jackson. And he'll go down there and poison that.
Not a lot of discipline?
Not a lot of discipline and not a lot of accountability. Not a lot of accountability is the word I'm looking for. Well, guys make mistakes and they don't have to be accountable. Same thing over in Buffalo, when Rex was there. So I would worry about Deshaun Jackson going to Tampa Bay, but hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is, Dream. So what else you got?
As far as the NFL is concerned, I am going to let it loose. You can take off from there. There are a couple other stories, but we'll hit them up, back and forth. I guess Seattle's losing their kicker. He's apparently getting ready to go to Buffalo. That's that Steven Hauschka guy, I believe. He's going to Buffalo, so Seattle will be in the kicking market if that's of importance to anyone. Also, the Falcons are releasing Jackson. A couple other little small tidbits, but for the most part, we can see all the big NFL stories.
Right on, Dream. All right, so looking at just a recap real quick of what went down in the NBA, guys. You know what? If we were on the show yesterday, yes, I would have plugged taking a shot with the Celtics plus the points. The Celtics in that building in Oracle, Dream, they have a lot of success there.
A lot of success.
And you know what? Going back to last year, I remember they snapped a really big winning streak by the Golden State Warriors. And Golden State, it just seems like they changed their game plan to accommodate Kevin Durant. And now that he's gone, now they're back to basics and they got to figure it out.
Yeah, I don't think that, listen, first of all, I've talked about this. The Celtics, man, are a good team. The problem with the Celtics, to me, they lack veteran leadership or that dynamic scorer on top of it, which would be nice with both. I felt like the Jimmy Butler trade would have put the Celtics really on the map. But to me, they're still a great team. They hustle. You know how the Boston Celtics are the exact opposite epitome of the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, right on. And
you know what I'm saying?
Isaiah Thomas has been spectacular, though.
Dude, he's been unbelievable.
Yeah, definitely. So that's that in the San Antonio Spurs dream. You know what? One of 6 teams yesterday, guys, that didn't cover a double-digit spread. Dream 6-0 yesterday with double-digit underdogs.
Very nice.
6-0, guys. No BS. Go check it. It's real. San Antonio Spurs did not cover the Atlanta Hawks in the NBA did not cover versus Brooklyn. And you go over to the NCAA, which we'll talk about in a minute, but looking at that, no one covered at all.
Well, before we take off from the NBA, I do want to talk about one thing.
Yeah, what you got?
San Antonio Spurs last night come back from being down 28 points.
Yep.
In their own house and win the game. Note to LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Kawhi Leonard and Aldridge.
Both out.
Both on the bench, sitting out of the game.
Right.
All right? This is what I'm talking about. Now, everybody wants to give Cleveland a pass. Oh, they had no LeBron. Oh, they had no. Look, I mean, dude, I don't want to hear that. And I wrote that in a tweet the other day about how San Antonio sits guys, and not only do they sit guys, but they win the games that they're supposed to win still. They still won last night at home with their other players. I don't understand why the Cleveland Cavaliers are not expected to play basketball when LeBron James or Kyrie Irving decide that they're going to get a night off or something happens. I mean, the other guys have to step up. That's why there's 10 teams on 10 players on a basketball team. It's
right.
Nonsense.
I know. It just seems like when LeBron takes off, they take off. That's it.
Dude, it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. So I just wanted to note that out and talk about that. I also want to thank Rick Lopez for all his contributions this morning to the program. And I also want to ask Rick Lopez, who's on the West Coast, when the hell do you sleep? Son, Rick Lopez.
Well, you know what? If you're looking at photos like that, you're not going to sleep because Dolly Castro is amazing.
I talked to Rick Lopez more than I talked to you, and he's on the West Coast.
I don't know.
My boy is never asleep. I love him to death. That's my dude. We were talking about the Pac-12 and how the Pac-12 performed yesterday. As far as covering the spreads, not good.
Not good at all.
Well, you could go into college hoop.
Well, now we can go into college hoop because Dream, you know, I've been like a caged animal here, getting ready for college hoop here.
I know you've been like a caged animal.
I'm like, yeah, the NFL's cool, but it's it's 6 months away.
Just one more thing before we go to the NFL. Are you happy with what Cousins has been doing with the Pelicans?
Yeah, right on.
Because that was such a big story.
Yeah, that was a huge story. Yeah, right, exactly. You got any golf or anything, Dream? You know?
I got no golf. However, there was a major upset in our world of soccer yesterday. For those of you that weren't paying attention, what it is, I don't know, but I just know it was a major upset.
I don't know if you realize it, guys, but it is March Madness. It is basically 3 years. We started this show around March Madness of 2014, and that's where we put our stamp on sports. And you know what here, Dream? I'm looking at it, and the games start at 12 o'clock. The ACC tournament. But before we do that, let's just have a quick conversation of what materialized yesterday as the Dukies beat Clemson, Dream. Not so impressive fashion.
Well, it was for a minute. And then I don't know what happened because this is what went down. They went in at the halftime. Then Duke came out and Duke was up like 17, okay? And then my kids got off the bus. Yep. And then I dealt with that, got everybody snacks, a little bit of fighting over juice boxes. I go back to the game. Duke's up 1 point. I'm like, what the hell just happened?
By the way, Duke is not winning the tournament, guys.
We know that.
We know that, but you know what? I'm seeing future bets come in at 10-1 shot for Duke. It makes no sense to me.
Well, it's because cats want to take a shot. I mean, well, how do you not take? Okay, so if you are not really abreast and you haven't watched the season, like we do, you just figure, I'll just throw some money on Duke because Coach K and it's Duke.
Yeah, right. Right.
So, I'm not surprised with that. You are?
No. And same thing like Syracuse, same thing like Michigan State. You're gonna see future money coming in on these squads.
Sure.
But looking at the rest of it here, Virginia gets it done over Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh will be in the NIT and will not be in the tournament, guys. So save your money on futures with Pittsburgh.
Hey, the one thing I do want to say to you about Duke, though, it's not impossible for Duke to win the tournament.
What, to win the ACC or the NCAA?
To win the NCAA tournament.
Stop.
Stranger things have happened.
I'll take those bets. I will take those bets. Please, feel free. I'll give you my PayPal. We could have a conversation. But anyway, let's see the rest of it here. Miami beats Syracuse, and Syracuse is another team that they have 18 wins on the year, and because of who they are, they may strike a nerve with the committee and slide in based on their history. I would totally 100% be completely furious if that happens because Syracuse has no business being in the NCAA tournament, Dream.
I absolutely agree with you.
All right. But Miami, on the other hand, has 21 wins, and they should be in. Looking at the rest of it here, you had, let's see, Penn State over Nebraska. You had Cal struggle with a 5-27 team, Dream. Cal won by 5 points.
Yeah, yesterday I think the word went out to the Pac-12. Let's not cover any of our spreads.
Yeah, let's just not cover it. Well, double-digit underdogs, that was one of them, guys. And you know what? That game was a laugher if you took the underdog. Let's just see the rest of it here. Dream, great game in the ACC, man. Wake Forest and Vatech, those are two of my favorite teams right now. And I was torn yesterday, but I did text you and I said, you know what? Virginia Tech is just the better team. And sure enough, they won by 9 points.
So now, is Wake getting into the tournament?
Dude, Wake has a great resume. They should get in, especially playing in the ACC. They're not sub 500 in the ACC. So I feel that strength of schedule, they should put them in, to be honest with you. And they do have one more win than Syracuse.
Which would be, yes, they do?
They do, yes. So you got to put Wake in, especially, they just beat Louisville and they beat a couple of other teams. I think Wake gets in. I mean, I'm being a little biased.
Not conference wins, Hat.
What do you mean?
Syracuse has more conference wins than Wake.
Are you sure about that?
I'm looking at it right now. Syracuse is 10-8 in conference and Wake is 9-9.
So that might spell trouble.
Dude, if Syracuse gets in over Wake, they're going to be irate.
Oh, of course. I know. I'm seeing 10-10 and 10-9 here, but yeah, I don't know. That's a tough draw for Wake right out the gate. Having Vatech. I mean, they did get BC in the first round, so they did win a game and they won it pretty handily. So I don't know. I mean, you may see both of them in there, Dream. Surprisingly.
That would if you put Wake in, that would be 10, and I think that was what Lenardi said, that there was going to be 10 ACC teams, correct?
I know that the count was 9 the last time he did it.
Okay, I thought it was 10.
Yeah, I mean, because when you look at Wake's resume over the last couple of games, I mean, they just lost to Vatech, but they beat Vatech, and they also beat Louisville, and they had a real tough game at Duke, only lost by 5 points. I mean, his team's got a pretty decent resume here to beat Miami head-to-head.
Lenardi's got 10. I'm looking at it now. He's got the ACC with 10, so Wake would get in with this particular breakdown that he's done already, which I know you're mixed about him, but he has 10.
Guys, if you could find the thing where it's like a prop bet on Lenardi picking all the teams this year, I think he's going to come under because there's so much parity this year, Dream. There's so many teams with 18 to 20 wins that there's got to be, I would say, at least 10 to 12 teams on the bubble right now that nobody has any idea what the committee's going to select. So he's got his work cut out for him. I don't think, even doing as much homework as he does for a year straight, I still think that you're not in the committee's brains, and I think he's going to have a hard time picking 90% of the teams. I really do. honestly.
Okay.
So, all right, guys. So moving on here. So that's basically the recap of yesterday. Dream, the games start at 12 o'clock today. I don't know if you got anything else on your brain before we get into it, but I'm pretty excited to start breaking this down.
Well, I did just want to talk about, as far as the recap of yesterday, Stanford goes down to Arizona State. That was a bad loss for Stanford. They ended up taking it to overtime. Arizona State wins in overtime, 98-88. I told you guys about that Pac-12. That Pac-12 is as battle-tested as the ACC. I know I'm going out on a limb saying that, but trust me, the top tier of the Pac-12 and the middle tier of the Pac-12, to me, is as formidable. Is it as formidable? Not more, as formidable as the ACC is. So a team like Arizona State beating Stanford is not absolutely surprising to me, but I just didn't expect that to go down like that. Other losses of note was St. John's beat Georgetown. Georgetown inconsistent most of the season. It's time for John Thompson III to go. Talked about that a little bit. And finally, last but not least,
yes,
Texas beats Texas Tech yesterday. A little bit of a surprise to me. Okay, not to you.
No, I mean,
Texas stunk this year.
You got Shaka Smart in March. You know how he does.
Okay, good point.
He's like Izzo.
I'll give you that. Good point.
He's like Izzo in March. Although last year they punched me in the face at the buzzer. I believe it was like a half-court shot that beat me last year. I remember that. I was sitting.
And as we get into today, I'm going to say that the Magic and the Cinderella, we taking the slipper and we pulling the skirt off of her and putting some leggings on her.
Oh.
It's not going down today. The Magic is a wrap.
Taking the slipper off. Taking the skirt off and putting on some leggings. I love that, Dream. That's a really good one. By the way, I did check out the new Edge gym in Orange. Dream.
Yep.
Do you think the one in Meriden nice? Ooh, yep. Dope.
I love how you called your boy and said, "Hey, meet me out at the Edge gym in Orange."
It's Orange. You live in the boondocks. It'll take you an hour to get there. Come on.
I'm not like you, though. I would have traveled to work out with my boy, hang out. Come on.
All right. Well, we'll have that conversation, dude. Listen to this.
Hat to the crib for the last month. Can't find him nowhere. He's with the building inspector drinking coffee.
Right. Exactly. Bringing him donuts and coffee. But in the sauna, they have a 32-inch TV, and they have March Madness on while you're in the steam room.
Really? So how did they have it enclosed?
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope.
That's badass, right?
That's dope. Yeah, that's dope.
All right, not that they're giving me any money to plug them.
When he goes to the gym, which why the results are minimal, he's in the sauna.
Kid,
making the sauna great.
All I've been hearing about is how you're murdering Taco Bell and Kentucky Fried Chicken or whatever the hell you're eating out there. I don't know, man. So you might be regressing a touch. So you better
let's get into this card. As you said, it starts off at 12 o'clock. Right out of the gate, I'm going to the Big Ten. I'm going to Michigan, Illinois. Let's not pull any punches this morning. Michigan and Illinois. Illinois is coming in. This Michigan team does need to have, in my opinion, a strong presence in this tournament.
Yeah, I agree. But, I mean, you know what? When you look at them and obviously being the storied program that they are, especially in hoop, with 20 wins, Dream, you could almost guarantee that this team will be in the tournament.
Okay, but don't lose to Illinois.
Don't lose to the Fighting Illini, though. Don't lose to the Fighting Illini, guys. They're giving that nasty 4.5, guys. But I think Michigan's a better team. I think Michigan will get this job done. I'm not going to put my money on it. But, Dream, where you at?
Gang, throwing points out at me is don't even do it. Because you know I'm not messing with points. I'm going to tease. I'm going to money line parlay. I'm going to do whatever I can do to get rid of the points. And I'm not taking the dog with double digits because I just don't do that. It's not my style. But this game in particular right here, I do like Michigan. I think Michigan beats Illinois. I like Michigan. If you can get Michigan in an 8-point tease and get them +4, it's dope. If you can't, I think you can take a -4.5 and you're good. I like Michigan to win this game. Yeah,
you know what? When you get to spreads that are like 2 to 5 points, even 1 to 5 points,
forget it. Yeah.
It's not that bad, Dream, because at the end of the game, when you're up 4, you're getting fouled.
Right.
You know, so I mean, you have a way better chance of covering it. When you're a double-digit favorite or a double-digit underdog, like I said, man, 40 seconds left, the team that's up 11 points doesn't even care to let the shot clock run out and just throw up a stupid shot just to play keep away. That's why I like the double-digit underdogs. But, all right, Dream, I'm not putting my money on it.
I'll give you a double-digit underdog you can have.
Who's that?
You can have the Johnnies today against Villanova.
And you know what? They'll probably cover. Well, there's no line even up yet.
There's no line because they haven't figured out the double-digit.
What do you think, 21?
No, it won't be that high.
Why not?
No, that's too high. I do think it'll probably be around 17.
17.
17. Matter of fact, let me see if I got a line for it on mine. Hold on one second.
Yeah, no problem.
Go ahead. You can,
I got it. It's 20 points.
It's 20 points?
I was close. I said 21.
Jesus. Wow.
20 points. They'll probably win by 30.
I'm going to give you St. I present you St. John's.
Well, I'm just saying, what's the point of Villanova if they're up 21 points with 3 minutes left? What's the point of them risking getting injured and doing all that? You might as well look ahead to the next game at that point. But
yeah, the problem with that is that St. John's that Villanova could be up 20 at the half and then take it into the 40 range in the second half.
Very good point. All right, so let's talk about Miami and North Carolina. Dream, North Carolina is your team that you think is going to make it to the promised land. They're 26-6 on the year, 14-4 in the ACC. They're giving 8 points to Miami.
Like North Carolina, like them to win this game. I expect a strong showing out of them. They beat Duke. They got their ears peering back. We talked about their transition game. Justin Jackson, dynamic forward. I mean, this team is littered with talent, littered with athleticism. Miami, though, tough team. Miami's a pretty good team, too. They play well. I just think North Carolina's way too much for them. I don't think Miami's going to be able to defend transition well enough. When I look at North Carolina, I just look at them and I want them to run at all times. If I was the coach of North Carolina, I want them constantly running. I don't ever want them to slow down and get in half-court sets.
Right on.
Unless they miss balls and it's a offensive rebound situation. Other than that, just go run the other team out of the building. That's what I want them to do. But Roy Williams doesn't coach them that way, which is why the 8 points with Miami is not a bad idea. And if you're going to take North Carolina, my recommendation would be to tease, even though I think North Carolina could cover the 8 with no problem.
I like North Carolina to win the game. I hate the spread, though.
Sure.
I hate the spread. Absolutely hate it. North Carolina's had, a couple days off now. Miami's been playing. So, you know what? Hey, obviously North Carolina's got that little bit of rest because they have a better record and are a higher seed. So I like North Carolina to win the game. That's all I'm at right now, Dream. We talked about Villanova versus St. John's. That spread is 20. So, guys, you know what? Double-digit underdogs. Thing is, Villanova loves to cover. Villanova's good at covering. So be careful there. Looking at the rest of it, I'm just going to kind of read these off. If you have any thoughts, Stream, feel free.
Yes.
1 o'clock, Tennessee, Georgia minus 1.5. That's the SEC tournament. I have no opinion on there because I don't think either one of these teams is going to make any noise at all, period.
I don't like Tennessee at all.
You don't like Tennessee at all?
Georgia, I've seen a little gameplay out of Georgia. They got a guard in Frazier who, shows some promise, but I don't like Tennessee at all. I don't like this game very much. I would lean Georgia, but I'm not getting involved.
No, I don't blame you. Let's see, Duke and Louisville. 14 versus 10, Louisville minus 1.5. Duke just coming off of having to play yesterday. Gets to play Louisville, Dream.
2 o'clock, great game. Under and over 147.5, and I lean the under on this game. 147.5. I don't love it, but I lean it. I don't really like a side. I'm leaning towards Louisville. I think the thing that Duke wants to do and the thing that Louisville does works in Louisville's favor as far as I'm concerned. Of course, you got Patino versus Kazichevsky, and we would look for Patino to try to win if he can at all costs. Duke's going to try to run with Louisville because Louisville will actually want to slow Duke down and play half-court basketball, which Duke traditionally really likes to do as well. But I would look for Duke to try to run against Louisville. I just don't know that they're going to have a lot of success against the Louisville defense. It's going to be an interesting chess match in this particular game. This is a very good game today. I'm going to lean Louisville, and I'm also going to lean the under, but I would not be surprised if Duke wins.
All right. Another one in the Big Ten, guys. a team that absolutely needs to win a game here is Michigan State. I know that they have the pass to be not all that great and still make it into the tournament based on their history. But, they're hosting Penn State. There's no line yet. Let me just pull it up on another source to see if I can find a line on this one. But I think Michigan State is a better team. I think they'll get the job done. Penn State is not that good, man. And you know what? Out of their building, they're even worse. It's probably going to be somewhere along the lines of like 3 to 4 to 5 as far as the spread is concerned. I don't have it. If anybody in the nation has it, feel free to send it. I'm not going to bet the game, but just leaning Michigan State to win that game. Any thoughts?
I like Michigan State to win this game as well, Hat.
All right, sounds good. Moving on to the Big East. Dream, you know what? I've been a fan of Seton Hall going back to last year. And you know what? Looking at them, they're playing Marquette, and they're a 3-point underdog. I got to be honest with you. I think that this game should be more of a pick 'em. I kind of like Seton Hall in a money line situation.
Seton Hall's a great team. They're feisty. They look decent and shocked a couple of people this season with a couple of wins. I'm just worried about Seton Hall's ability to guard against Marquette's transition game. Marquette's another team that likes to get the ball and get out there and run, led by Marcus Howard at the guard spot. But Marquette likes to hit you with that 3-guard sets, a lot of ball screens, get you in transition, kind of get you on your heels and run the ball by you. It's going to be interesting to see Seton Hall's adjustments and their ability to defend against Marquette. I'm going to stay away from this team because I don't really love Seton Hall. I actually kind of like Marquette in this spot, but I don't love them either, so it's not a game I'm getting involved with. But it will be interesting to see what Seton Hall does, and I'm not going to see it because Stan's at 2:30 and Duke's at 2 o'clock, so I'm not going to end up watching Seton Hall. I'm going to watch Duke, and I'm not taping Seton Hall.
Come to the office and check it out on the 4 screens, baby.
That I could do, but the kids come home at 3, so I can't do
so you're hit. I got it. Well, it's not like I'll be bouncing around anyway. You got the Big 12? Yeah, but building inspectors, exactly. TCU versus number 1 Kansas, Dream. There's no line yet, but I'm expecting Kansas to be given somewhere along the lines of 8 to 10 points.
Definitely. I agree with you 100% with that. And I do like Kansas to win this game. It'll be one of my other spots to put into the 8-point tees. You throw Kansas in along with Michigan, and I think you're going to skate. TCU's a cute team, good. I didn't think yesterday was a big, battle test win for them. I got Kansas beating them with no issue.
All right, sounds good. And guys, just real quick, there was one note that I forgot to mention that Seton Hall over the last couple of weeks has a very impressive resume. Xavier and Butler, both victorious versus those teams. You go over to the Pac. Oregon is facing Arizona State, Dream. Oregon's been sitting home, kind of chilling, or maybe they've been partying a little bit in Las Vegas. Who the hell knows? But no line on this game yet, but Oregon should roll.
Yeah, they're holding out on the lines this morning, which is definitely affecting our ability to talk about these games like we want to. But Oregon is definitely getting ready to bring the flowers and the slow songs to the stadium, to court today, as they go in to drum up this Scissor State team. First of all, Arizona State spent a lot of energy yesterday in getting that win against Stanford. Nice job by them. Bobby Hurley had them amped up and ready to play. Oregon's getting ready to probably blow the doors off of this thing. Yeah. I don't know what this line's going to be at, but I do like Oregon. Oregon will probably most likely be in a teaser situation for me, as long as they're not in that above 15 mark as far as the points are concerned, which they very well could be.
Got it. Dream, one of my dark horses, baby. Big Ten, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Indiana facing Iowa. Iowa 18-13, 10-8 in the Big Ten. Iowa is getting 1.5 points, Dream. Love the dog here. Iowa's playing out of their minds right now. I got to take Iowa here.
All right, I'm with you with the Iowa. I like that. I'm going to probably get down with this. Won't have this game in my teaser package, though. Probably play this game side and probably will moneyline Iowa. This is going to be based on you. I've seen a little bit out of Peter Jock this season. Iowa's guard, 20.2 points average in a game. Iowa is hot on fire. Indiana, to me, has not been impressive this season at all.
What happened to that kid that played for them that everybody made fun of?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Oh, last year they were just calling him ugly, like right to his face. It was awful. But that's some really bad bullying, Dream. But anyway, Iowa, I think, gets the job done. I mean, listen, this team is good. And you know what? Right now, they're floating out there, guys, at 1,000-to-1 shot for the NCAA tournament. I don't know if any of you are interested in it. I mean, you can get anywhere from 100-to-1 to 1,000-to-1, and obviously shop your lines and get the 1,000. But you know, Dream, it goes back to the hot team. You know, who's hot in March? That's what it all comes down. That's how it is in any sport. Because, I mean, you've seen it in the NFL where a wild card team who was booty all year just, you know, runs wild and wins the Super Bowl. Right. You just never know. So at 1,000-to-1 shot, a couple $100 can change your life, to be honest with you, if they make it far. But I like them in this spot here, so I think I'm going to get involved with Iowa. You know what, though? Since I have a pretty extensive future on them, I'm probably not going to bet the game. I'm just going to watch it and watch some live lines and see. Because if I get in trouble and they lose this game, there's a chance they may not make the tournament. So I might have to pull that future money right out. Let's see what else we got. Dream, what are your squads here? Vanderbilt.
Yep.
SEC, 7 o'clock. Giving 4 points to Texas A&M.
SEC, 7 o'clock, giving 4 points to Texas A&M. I like this Vanderbilt team. I've talked about them. They're tough. They play well. They've got transition, a little bit of scoring. They play great team basketball. They've got a dynamic guard. Not the caliber of some of your better guards in the league. You know, not a Melo Trimble or in years past, you know, Kemba Walker-ish, but they get the job done. Play good team basketball. Play solid defense. Texas A&M got their hands full. I like Vanderbilt to win that game today. And Vanderbilt will probably, most likely, Vanderbilt is going to cover that. I got them at -4. Vanderbilt's going to cover that 4.
Well, like we talked about, the 4 is not a big deal to cover.
No,
to be honest,
not at all.
Unless it's a neck and neck and neck the whole time. But ACC matchup, Dream. There's no line yet. It's one of my squads here. One of the teams that I have a pretty decent future on. Virginia Tech, 22-9 on the year, facing number 16 Florida State, 24-7. You know, the rest factor comes into play, obviously, Dream, because Virginia Tech just played a real tough game versus Wake. So, you know, that would pull me off this game, but I think Virginia Tech is a better team than Florida State. Call me crazy, but I think they're better.
I am going to call you a little bit crazy. I don't think Virginia Tech's better than Florida State. I think they're as good as Florida State and at times can be a little bit better. But when Florida State's game is on and you're playing as capable, led by Dwayne Bacon, Florida State is a monster. I don't know that Virginia Tech is up to task with this. And I think Florida State is going to look to try to shine a little bit in this tournament and flex a little bit of their muscle, starting with beating Virginia Tech. I like Florida State in that.
Well, now's the time for them to do it.
Yeah, I like Florida State today.
Crime scene here, possibly. We got number 11, Press Virginia and Huggy Hugs hosting Shaka Smart in Texas. But Stream, Shaka Smart is trying to win the Big 12 championship right now with 11 wins on the year.
Even if Shaka Smart shows up with a martini cocktail shaker, a glass, and his own bottle of prepared vodka for the Hugs, it's going to be slow singing and flower bringing today. West Virginia murders Texas.
They're going to bring the havoc versus the Press.
Yeah.
That's what you have here.
No. West Virginia murders Texas. You can bring the havoc all you want. West Virginia is getting ready to break that whole thing down. I would look for Javon Carter to get it done. I like West Virginia. They're going to put that press on them. They're going to roll the ball in transition. I like West Virginia to beat the brakes off of Texas. I wish we had spreads because we could really plug this stuff in and give you guys a solid way to do this. But West Virginia beats Texas today, no problem.
Carter got the little Perry Ellis hairline going on. He's starting to get there. That's awful. You got the Big East at 7 o'clock. You got Xavier 20-12 facing number 18 Butler, who is 23-7. No line here yet, Dream, but I got Butler winning this game today.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't really love this game because I can't gauge Butler, nor can I gauge Xavier. Very interesting, both of these teams. And Butler, we've seen Butler punch us in the face in the past. In games, they look like they can win. These teams are built very similar. Marquette, Butler, and Xavier are like the same team.
Yep, got it.
They like to do the same things. They hit you with the 3-guard sets, a lot of ball screens, same kind of thing going on. I don't like this game. I can't gauge either one of these teams. This is a scary game for me as far as Butler's concerned because Xavier could sneak them.
Butler wins, Dream. I got Butler winning. I think the spread will be not as high as you would think. I think you're going to see maybe that 4 on this game. Dream, I don't know if you realize this, but the American Athletic Conference is in Hartford.
Yes, I do.
South Florida is facing UConn. UConn given 2 touchdowns, 14 points. Does UConn have any business giving anybody 14 points?
None at all. I love they got a spread for this game, but they don't have a spread for our game. Let's throw the UConn.
Yeah, let's get the UConn one at 8 o'clock tonight. Let's put that spread up. But forget about the ACC and the SEC and all those. Let's do the American South Florida matchup. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Awful. Connecticut's been terrible. I'm not going nowhere near it. 14, I don't care. Yeah, I did know it was in Hartford because a couple of people invite me. I was like, dude, please, I got stuff to do. I'm not going to that mess. I don't know what UConn's doing given 14.
The worst part about
I don't know
it,
enough about South Florida to get involved though.
The worst part about it is, I don't know if you go to Madison Square Garden, they don't serve any alcohol during these tournaments. None. For collegiate basketball, they don't serve it. So, you know what? You're going to be stuck there for probably 5-6 hours, watching 2 games back to back, and you're not having any booze at all.
Which, if you're at Madison Square Garden, that's a good look because you're in the ACC tournament, which is incredible. So you're going to see great gameplay. You know what I'm saying?
Big East.
No,
Big East. Big East and MSG Dream.
Well, where's ACC at?
ACC. I did see that. I saw the. Wow, what games did I see there? I saw it a couple years ago. I went there.
ACC's in New York.
ACC's in New York too?
Yeah, ACC's in New York.
Brooklyn, New York this year.
Oh, they're in Brooklyn?
They're in Brooklyn at the Barclays.
Why am I confused at how this one went down?
Yeah,
and I know it's funny. I was saying to myself, are you sure that the Big East is in New York?
I saw, what did I see? I saw part of the tournament, I believe. I think I saw Sweet 16 basketball 2 years ago. No, it was actually the year that UConn won, the first year, 3 years ago. Yeah, because I saw UConn. Yeah, because UConn played at MSG, and they played Iowa State, and Michigan State played Virginia. So I saw all those games there. And you know what? Yeah, it was 5 hours of nothing.
Yeah, no, the Big East is traditionally at Madison Square. Now, Terrence Mack just cleared it up. He says that the ACC is at Barclays, so that's what they did this year. But the ACC tournament at Barclays, that's a great look. You get to that game, I don't think you'll care about whether you can have a beer or not. I mean, I won't care anyway. I don't drink beer anyway, and I don't drink during the week almost ever. So I love it when everybody says, oh, Jimmy, you must be drinking again. No, I'm not. I don't drink during the week, guys. I drink probably one time a week, maybe on a Saturday, maybe on a Friday, hardly ever both nights. And that's how it goes down for me. I would love to go to the ACC tournament. The Big East, you could have that.
Yeah, right. Just watch Villanova just roll through everybody.
Right.
Big 12, Baylor, Kansas State. Kansas State is on the bubble, Dream. Baylor's given 5.5.
Kansas State is on the bubble, and the bubble might get popped today because Baylor looks like they're tuned up. They've been hearing all the naysayers, and they've been listening to the talk behind the scenes. And I think that they're going to want to, turn it up a notch, get some momentum going. You start right here in this tournament, and you take it over to the next tournament that you get to. I got Baylor covering that. What do you got? 5.5?
5.5.
Baylor beats Kansas State. They probably beat them by 10 points.
All right. You got Virginia versus Notre Dame. Great game here. You know what? No line yet, guys. Dream, I think Notre Dame could knock off Virginia. I really do.
Notre Dame does have a solid shot to beat Virginia.
Don't think I would bet the game. Don't think I'm going to bet the game.
No, I'm not going to either, but Notre Dame does have a great shot to beat Virginia. I think I agree with you. Notre Dame can beat Virginia. I agree with that.
All right. Just by the way they run, Virginia has an amazing defense, but some of these quick teams, with the exception of North Carolina the other night, how it failed miserably, but sometimes their transition defense is not all that great. On paper, they're one of the best, but from the eye test, I haven't seen it.
Terrence Mack says no mail delivery today. I still be watching the Tar Heels have that truck parked in the side, right? Everybody on the roof got mail is a rat. If you don't get your mail by 2 o'clock, you're not getting it.
Yeah, right on, Dream. Let's just go over to the Pac-12, 9 o'clock tonight. Colorado coming off of a very tough win. And they were given a lot of points and had their hands full last night. They're playing Arizona, Dream, number 7 Arizona.
Yeah, and guess what? You're getting beat.
Getting beat.
So I'm glad you toughed it out last night.
Yeah, right.
I'm glad you toughed it out last night and got your win did right, because you're getting beat. I'm interested to see, though, will Colorado opt to go to a zone against Arizona, as Arizona showed some weakness against zone defense against UCLA? That'll be an interesting dynamic of this game. But I think whether Colorado goes to a zone or not, they're going to be going home. So, Colorado will be going home. I like Arizona to kill Colorado, and it's unfortunate we don't have a spread for that game as well. But I do like Arizona tonight. It's going to be a late night play.
All right, Dream. And just a couple of more matchups as we get into the wee hours, as if any of your plays blow up at 12, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, I'm sure you guys are going to be looking at these games. You got Missouri and Ole Miss. Don't recommend you get anywhere near that. Missouri is 8-23. Oh, Mizzou is bad.
No, they are, and don't get involved in it.
No, not at all. Let's see what else you got here. Moving on, you got Creighton versus Providence. Creighton minus 2.5. That should be a good game.
Don't get involved with that.
Not at all. UCLA versus USC. Dream, USC didn't cover either last night.
US Sizzle did not cover, and now US Sizzle has to go in and play UCLA. UCLA is a beast, and we know that. Talked about them most of the season. What they do, bad spot for USC, great spot for UCLA, especially with USC being a little wore out. But this is 11-30 game, so a lot of action is going to end up coming in on this game, as depending on how you've done all day.
Right
UCLA wins the game. We don't have a spread, though, but UCLA wins this game.
All right, Dream. And that's going to do it, basically, for all the big matchups today. I mean, the better teams and money line them. Now, once I put them all together, I don't even care if it's plus money, even money, or I have to lay some heavy juice. I really don't care. I just want to get the best teams, because as the best teams go forward in these tournaments that already have their tickets stamped to the big dance,
right?
Some of them tend to take their foot off the gas, just like Villanova did last year and lost to Seton Hall in the Big East tournament and then went on to win the championship. So I think I'm going to go. I think I'm going to go with this, Dream. I think I'm going to go North Carolina to win. I think I'm going to go Kansas to win. I think I'm going to go. Let's see. Let me just scroll down. Hi, guys, just bear with me here as I'm doing this. I'm going to take Iowa to win. And you know what? That's an underdog play, so that should just straighten out that whole parlay, make it plus money. I think I'm going to take Northwestern to win and beat Rutgers. And I think that's enough.
Sure.
I mean, because Arizona and Villanova and stuff is giving stupid points, so you can't even add that. It doesn't make any sense to even add that in.
Right.
You know, because your payout would be $5 more. It's not worth it. So I think if I put those four together, I think it's going to pay pretty nice.
I do like the Northwestern call over Rutgers. I agree with you with that. I hate that you keep saying that Villanova took the pedal off the metal, because they didn't. They just got beat. West Virginia, I like Virginia today. We talked about that as well. What was your other play? You had one more play in there that I liked.
Kansas.
I do like your, and I like your Iowa.
Iowa. So we'll get we'll put Iowa in. I may keep Iowa out just because I have a future in them, but I don't know yet. But
you
if I was
take
to
Iowa on the side and money line him, no hat, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, right. So Iowa, Kansas, North Carolina, and Northwestern. That's where I'm at. I think those four teams advance. And that's it. That's going to do it for me. Where are you at?
And I agree with you with North Carolina as well. I like North Carolina. I've got it a little bit different put together. I'm probably going to go with time slots as far as I'm concerned. I talked about Michigan. I like Michigan. I also like Kansas. I also like North Carolina. I also like Baylor and West Virginia and also Arizona. I will probably mix that all up some type of way. But those are the spots that I'm looking at. Guys, 8-point teaser is my favorite right now. I know some of you probably like the 10 and you say you might not go up 2 more points. Well, you're right. Why not? Especially if you're adding more teams to it. But if you're only going with 3 teams, the 8-pointer works best for me. And I like to break it up in 3 sets. So I don't go really more than 3 teams with the 8-point teaser and break it off in 3s. And you get that hiccup in that one team that plays you. Also, I do want to mention, we talked about as well, Oregon. Add Oregon to that mix in late night, it'll be UCLA. Unfortunately, we don't have the lines up, so I can't really break this down for you appropriately like we would. But those are those are the teams that I'm looking at.
All right, I think I'm carefully selecting these teams here. I'm being a little cautious. So
sure.
I don't want to lay. I think I just want to money line them to advance in this round. Now, once they start getting into more competitive matchups, I'm probably going to pull back off of the far superior teams, to be honest with you guys, because I just, you know what? Obviously, they want to win every game. I just don't think that the motivation is as intense as most people think to win their conference tourneys. I really don't. I honestly don't. So, especially if they punch their ticket to the big dance.
I disagree with you, Hat, because here's my thing. It's basketball. And you know, with football, I could understand that. There's there's a lot more physicality with football and a lot of trying to get a lot of personalities on the same page. Pat, when you play a regular pickup basketball game in the local booty gym, when you're just on the side, after 2 to 3 shots, everybody's out there playing like it's for the national title. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, but you have the coach's Dream.
Well, no. Okay, now I'm with you with the coaches may pull some guys out and get them some bench time. That I'm not disagreeing, but I'm saying when you get out on that floor, all them kids are out there trying to play, trying to win that game. So, I get you with the coaches as far as personnel changes, but the kids, I believe the effort's going to be there because it's the competitive nature of the game.
Well, let me just paint a picture for you. You're a team like Texas with 11 wins, all right? No shot at getting to the tournament whatsoever. Versus a team that has basically stamped their way, paved their way to the NCAA tournament. Okay,
right.
This is Texas's last shot at saving their season.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. I think the motivation for a team that's absolutely out of the tournament is a lot stronger than a team that's already on their way in. I really do.
And I somewhat agree with that until you're down 10 at the 2-minute mark in the beginning of the game. And then it's like, hey, yeah, well, you know what? I'm good with the speed because they're dope and we're not. And let's get ready to party at the end of this game.
Yeah, right. And then don't think you're going to get any effort in the NIT.
That's what I'm.
All right, so let's get up out of here,
Dream. Get some effort. They're worried about the NBA. I mean, they're getting scouted, so I mean, you're going to get some effort. But I think that works both ways. Certain teams, I don't. Huggins is not going to rest. I don't like. That was a bad example because Texas getting beat bad today, probably.
Huggy Hugs.
Hugs not having it because
Hugs is in the tournament. He's in the tournament. He's already in.
Hugs knows he's got to. Some of these teams got to go in with their momentum because they're going to get smacked. And I know Huggins will be worried about getting smacked. He's going to go in pedal to the metal with momentum. His guys are coming to play today.
Well, he loves to be the early exit.
No kidding.
All right, Dream, I got to run, brother. So, great breakdown today. Just recap what you're on again, one more time.
Recap: West Virginia, Baylor, Michigan, Kansas, Arizona, North Carolina, and Oregon. And also, I'm going to throw in Iowa and Vanderbilt. I'm going to put that in some kind of mix, 2 to 3 teams, 8-point teasers, and probably play Iowa and Vanderbilt solo.
It scares me to death that you're on Iowa. It gives me anxiety because anytime one of my boys gets on my squad, they lose.
Here we go.
So, yeah.
Here we go. Cleveland Cavaliers are playing the Detroit Pistons tonight. By the way, bad ups for us on Monday. We had an abysmal day Monday, as I think everything we talked about on Monday lost.
I'm trying to
The
remember.
Cavs were supposed to back up their gameplay.
Oh,
Monday.
yeah. That one lost. Yeah, the Cavs.
They got busted up on Monday by the Heat. Other stuff that was given out didn't work either on Monday. Monday was a bad day. I remember saying, wow, we bombed today. But Cavaliers play the Detroit Pistons tonight. Give it 5.5. Cleveland needs to get back winning.
Yeah, they do.
I would expect they come to play tonight. I like the Cavs to win tonight.
Got it. Yeah, and they're on the road. Detroit's not an easy place to play, but Detroit just played last night. They played a very and you know what? They played a tough game versus the Pacers. On the road, I think, too, Dream.
Yeah.
Great spot.
I like the Cavs to win tonight.
Great spot.
Okay, you on the Cavs?
I'm with you.
Because I'm gonna cut down my wager. Because unlike you, when you play my stuff, it does still win, but just not. That's impressive.
All right, guys.
Real quick, on the ice, guys. I can't break down because we got to get out of here. Rangers, Hurricanes. Love the Rangers today. Wild, Lightning. Love the Wild today. Senators, Coyotes. Love the Senators. Avalanche are playing the Devils. Who knows what's going to happen in that mess? So stay away from it. And the Sharks. Leave the Shark Tank alone. The Washington Capitals are coming in town tonight. It's going to be a good game. I think the Sharks can outmuscle the Caps, but nobody's paying attention to hockey right now because the NCAA basketball right now has the floor. So keep that in mind. But I do like the Wild, I do like the Rangers, and I do like the Senators. If you want to throw a little money line par, 3 teams, you might get involved with that. And we're going to get out of here. I'd like to thank everybody that's reaching the show. As soon as I get over to that screen, I know we got Terrence Mack out there for sure. Rick Lopez is out there for sure. Shane Whitehead is out there for sure. Vegas Girl 221 is definitely out there listening in that bed recovering. We got my boy JDH24. Kruk is out there. USA Sports 24. Fast Eddie 72. Fast Eddie, I got your message about Logan. I do want to discuss Logan. I saw it Monday. Benjamin Rowe is out there. Joseph Del Rosario, Jeff Ryan, Franklin Collado, Sin City Maverick. Always good to see you. Hope you're feeling well, brother. Mr. Charlie over at Direct Sports Solution. Good to see you. Alvin Duckworth. Terry Bouchard, Shy Picks in the house, making America great with high gas prices. KMPU, Rick Lopez, and Bang the Book. We will not even get into Mr. Trump and his high gas prices right now as we get out of here. I'm the Dream. Always remember who you're with. Make the most of each and every day. You cannot get this time back. Gang, do not go crazy. We've got 4 weeks straight of wide open, ridiculous basketball, Big East tournament, March Madness, all kinds of stuff going on, all kinds of money, all kinds of games. Don't blow it all today.
You know, I love everybody wants everything so quickly with my boy in office. You gotta have to chill and wait.
We gotta get out of here.
All right. Guys, we love you to death.
I'm not gonna wait for gas to go down. Gas
We
is
love
rising,
you to
by the
death.
way.
Go
Just
out
so you
there.
know.
Go easy today. Rise and grind. Make America great again and get that money. Let's go.
Make America great by walking.